Alright, hi guys, this afternoon. Welcome. We're doing a little horticulture lesson today, and I am in the back of my car. I groomed a rabbit in the back of my car the other day, but I was going to do this lesson in the greenhouse, and then I didn't have all the measuring equipment to mix up the materials I needed. So I brought the materials home so I could find some proper mixing equipment. So what we're going to do today is I have the mulberries that had been in my classroom, and I had these like rooted in this water for a long time, and we're taking a look here to see if we can root them and actually get the cuttings to root so we can have some new mulberry trees. This tree was in my mom's yard, and it was a pretty cool tree, so I wanted to try and see if we could get it to root. So things I'm using today are, I have some pots from the greenhouse, and I have some pruners. Need some pruners to do this. Some trays I'm going to put the pots in because I'm going to bring them back to the greenhouse when I'm done with them. I already mixed up some soil, moistened it so that it's ready to utilize in our pots. And then I have, maybe the most important thing, some rooting hormone. So this rooting hormone is called Dip and Grow, and it's a liquid rooting concentrate. And this is what I needed an extra container for. So the rooting hormone, the Dip and Grow, it does have some pretty careful instructions on the bottle that you need to mix it for a hardwood cutting, which is what we are doing with the mulberry trees, at a 5-to-1 ratio. And that way it's going to be the proper dilution. You can't use this stuff as a concentrate. You have to dilute it. You have to follow the instructions on the bottle. Now, the stuff is kind of potent, so it also says make sure you're using your PPE. So avoid breathing the vapors, harmful if inhaled. Make sure that you're wearing long sleeve shirt, long pants, and when mixing, chemical resistant gloves, and it goes on from there. So that is very important. That it also talks about if it's swallowed or splashed or inhaled or gets in your eyes, that's a big deal. So anyway, be careful with your PPE. So with our mulberries today, what we're going to do to try to get them to root is I'm going to get some soil in one of my pots, and I actually think I mixed this a little moist, but it should be okay. It's not like sopping wet, but it's a little more moist than I want it to be. I'm going to take one of my cuttings. I'm not sure that all of these are going to root, honestly. I think that some of them are probably not gonna root, but we'll see what we can do here. Got to be very careful about the nodes and the inner nodes here. You remember hearing about them when we were talking about stems. So we want to cut right below a node, okay? So your nodes are where you can actually see this one is budding out, where the buds come out. The inner node is the space in between, right below the nodes. And we want to make sure there's enough established tissue here that's live to be able to use it. So we're going to use about 4 to 5 nodes for each one. I'm going to cut directly below the lowest node, okay? So I'm going to cut at an angle as well. That, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make another cut. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make another cut here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I'll just leave this one, but I'm gonna freshen up the bottom here so that it looks good. So then I'm gonna take all of these, and you gotta make sure you have the bottom side down on them. I'm going to dip them into the rooting hormone for 15-20 seconds. So I'm gonna kind of stir them around in here, and again, I'm gonna throw this container out after. I know, plant science, I'm using a food container, but I'm going to throw this container out after I use it. I want to make sure that I get the cut ends very well coated in this rooting hormone, but I don't want to splash. I don't want to get it on me. I'm going to tap that off a little bit, and I'm actually going to plant a couple in each. I'm going to plant them a couple inches deep maybe I'll do all 4 of these in this one right here. Okay, and that's essentially it. So I'm going to do the rest of these here, the rest of my cuttings. Like I said, some will probably grow, some will probably not. And then I'm going to bring them back to the greenhouse and make sure we keep them nice and warm in there so that they grow well. So, all right, this video is getting pretty long, but hope you enjoyed watching. Maybe you can attempt some cuttings yourself, and maybe we can do some more when we get back to class. Otherwise, have a good day. Bye, guys.